Welcome to the News Belt. In our first story, the Supreme Court and the Electoral Commission will today take big decisions on the fate of some 6 constituencies under contention after the December 7 polls. Now, while the Supreme Court determines whether the parliamentary results of these 6 constituencies should be recollated for a third time, the Electoral Commission will decide whether they should rerun elections for 2 of the 6. I'm talking about Dramani and Ablekuma North. My colleague James Aveji has the rest of the story.
Ordered the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police Service to recollate the parliamentary result of some 6 constituencies brought before it by the New Patriotic Party. The constituencies were Tema Central, Nsawame Dwejiri, Ablekuma North, Ahafo North, Techiman South, and Okaikwe Central. The NPP argued that the collation and declaration in these constituencies were unlawful hours after the High Court order. The National Democratic Congress (NDC) filed a countersuit at the Supreme Court seeking to prevent the EC from doing the recollation.
I can confirm that we have invoked the supervisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court relative to the orders made by the High Court this morning, and also applied for an order to stay the execution of the orders against the IPP and then the EC. I can also say that we have duly filed and said it's on the IGP, who is supposed to provide security for those exercises. That I can confirm.
The EC, however, went ahead to recollate the 6 constituencies in addition to 3 others, Ahafo Southwest, Domkwabenya, and Obuasi East the following day. Here is the EC's justification.
I must tell you that we do not have any knowledge of such a petition.
You have not been served?
No, we have not been served. As at now, we are not being served.
But Domkwabenya and Ablekuma North eventually had to be suspended because the commission did not have pink sheets of the outstanding police stations in Contention. The EC at an emergency IPAC meeting Tuesday night appealed to the political parties for help.
Same way as was Domkwabenya was attacked, the coalition center at Ablekuma North was also attacked. And so the EC has asked parties to furnish them with the data we have by Friday, so we still interrogate.
If we cannot all get the originals, that is the carbon copies, hard copies, your guess is as we have to go for a rerun. It's a simple and short matter.
Kodeo also believes the EC must consider a rerun of the elections.
If the EC gets to a point where they might not be able to get anything and the 2 parties are also not agreeing, then probably there has to be a rerun for these constituencies.
Today, 2 big decisions will have to be made. The position of the Supreme Court on the already recollated results of the 6 constituencies and the final verdict of the Electoral Commission on the Domkwabenya and Ablekuma North. The nation anticipates.
Now, Vice Chancellor's Ghana, the Association of University Heads across the country, is calling for urgent dialogue to address what it believes is a looming disruption to the tertiary educational calendar due to delays in the release of the 2024 WASSCE results. They warn that the delays could also impact the quality of education and students' finances. Let's hear from the Executive Secretary of Vice Chancellor's Ghana, Dr. Senak Baglo-Freku.
For their first years to come in January, second, third week, and so on. If the results are not released on time, it means that the admission process itself will also delay. The admission process doesn't take a day or 2 to do. Granted that they will have the data and everything, and when the results are released, then they will try to assign students to the program and then have the admission process. Then the students will have to go to the bank, pay their fees coming. That also takes some processing. So by the time the results, now that the results, we are not even sure that the results will come in December because of the breakdown in their machines. And it means we are going into January. It means that first year students may not even be able to come in January because right now there's uncertainty regarding when the results will be released. So that means that the universities will have to keep pushing the academic calendars, forward and forward, and that holds implications for a lot of things.
What will be the implication, as you mentioned?
Everything you can imagine. It means they have to re-strategize, replan the academic calendar for their first year. It's a 13-week calendar per semester. If the students come in February and school is supposed to vacate in the next 3 months or so, they will not have the full complement of the teaching and learning process. It means that once the universities are re-strategizing and restructuring, it holds financial implications as well. It holds financial implications for the parents. It holds financial implications for the students as well. Because parents will have to be looking for accommodation and all these things to be able to get their students their awards to stay in school. So it's a complex problem. It's a tedious one for the university. Constant restructuring and replanning is a major work in itself. And we know that the universities are, a number of them are quite exasperated at this point. But I'm sure that they will always find a way around it when the time comes.
What will Vice Chancellor Ghana recommend is done immediately to try and minimize the impact of this on students and the universities?
I think we need to have some discussions regarding the way forward. There must be some specificity on when the results will come out, and then the universities can replan, reorganize themselves. But this one, it will come on the 29th. Now it won't even come on the 29th because our machines are broken. So what is the definite date of when the results will be released? We need to have some discussion. Universities must have some idea regarding when exactly the results will be released so that they can, reorganize themselves for the admission process to occur. Now, I believe you know that continuing students are in school. And so the gap between the continuing students and the first year students shouldn't be that wide. It means that there will be no vacation, there will be no rest period for faculty, because even when continuing students are vacating, first year students are continuing the process and so on. And that holds implications for quality. And universities, in our educational setup, we are crying for quality education. But all these things affect the quality of teaching and learning that goes on. So
from education, let's talk employment. No jobs, no source of income, and retirement benefits still hanging. That is the current state of the Metropolitan, Municipal and District Chief Executives who served under the government's first term. The over 120 former MMDCEs who served between 2016 and 2020 say they are yet to receive their full end-of-service benefits after retiring from office 4 years ago. The convener of the group and former DCE for Akachi South, Leonelson Ajidogan, explained the current state of their members, appealing to the incoming government to intervene.
When the transition team was inaugurated, we wrote to the team reminding the government about the outstanding benefit and also drawing the attention of the new government to the existence of this outstanding end-of-service benefit. So far, we have not heard anything from the team.
How many former MMDCs are we talking about?
Well, 134, but unfortunately 6 died, leaving one.
What's the current state of the former MMDCs now?
Oh, currently, we are not employed. We are not employed. And those who ask for clearance to be integrated back into the teaching service to also could not have this opportunity.
So you have all gone on early retirement, so to speak?
Exactly.
With this final installment you are expecting, how much does government owe an individual MMDC?
Yes, individually, if we want to put our own calculation on that, that each and everyone may be entitled to some 90,000.
Considering the figure you mentioned, 90,000 per person, that means government is owing all of you over 9 million Ghana cedis.
Well, just as I said, that is our conjecture. It may go up, it may be low. The result of maybe decrease or increase depend on the formula they use. Because at times, tax discrepancies also cause decrease or increase.
Now, the National Road Safety Authority is asking passengers during the Yuletide to speak out if the driver is not adhering to road safety regulations. Speaking at an Arrive Alive campaign in the Central and Western regions, Western Regional Head of the National Road Safety Authority, Victor Kojo-Bilson, entreated passengers to see their relationship with the drivers as a contract and ensure that the drivers stuck to the terms of the contract by ensuring they arrived alive. There's more in this report by Abdallah Usman.
The National Road Safety Authority and other stakeholders in the road safety space have been busy this Yuletide, ensuring that the actors in the space play their part to reduce road crashes. As part of the authority's Arrive Alive campaign, the Western Regional Head of the National Road Safety Authority, Victor Kojo-Bilson, is urging passengers to play their part in putting drivers on their toes.
So Operation Comply is coming in to complement the first pillar under the Stay Alive road safety campaign. That is, drivers in particular sticking or adhering to the posted speed limit on our roads, and pedestrians also playing their part, because as pedestrians we are all part of the driving process until we get to our final destination. So we are also empowering them to speak up and not just be on board for being on board sick, because you have a contract with the driver to take you to your final destination. So you try to keep the driver on his or her toes to probably go below the posted speed limit. It's not necessarily going up to that speed limit, but even the law provides for drivers to go below the posted limits, speed limits when the weather conditions are not favorable. That is to save lives on our roads. It is not necessarily to delay you. It's not about how fast we go. It's about how safe we keep ourselves on our roads.
Central Regional Head of the National Road Safety Authority, Linda Afute Annan, shared some of the statistics of road crashes and advised the various stakeholders to see road safety as a shared responsibility.
When you look at the casualty level, we have recorded 1,576 injuries in 2024 as at the end of November, as against 1,721 in 2023, which is about 8% reduction. However, when it comes to the people who are dying on the road, we have recorded at November 2024 as against 171 in 2023.
Head of the National Insurance Commission for the Central Region, Nicolene Nanaye-Duamo, underscored the need for passengers to think about their safety and compensation packages before they board any vehicle.
How we arrive is very critical. Now, when it comes to road safety, there are a lot of things that come to place. The vehicle you are going to sit in, from insurance and the regulator's point, what we are saying is that sit in a vehicle that has insurance. If you're not setting of the insurance of the vehicle, it's just a matter of dialing the short code that we came up with 4 years ago, *920*57#. You will get a prompt, and then you're directed to follow the prompt to get to know the validity of the insurance of the car you're going to sit in.
It is the expectation of the National Road Safety Authority that the country won't record many road crashes during this period. Abdallah Osman's report read to you.
In our next story, the Food and Drugs Authority is urging consumers to be vigilant as they buy things from the market this festive season. According to the authority, the tendency for people to push expired and unwholesome products to the unsuspecting public is very high. Speaking at an engagement with the media in Cape Coast, Central Regional Head of the Food and Drugs Authority, Francisca Anochi, advised the public to be careful about what they bought on the street.
Christmas is time for celebrations whereby people will go out there to purchase products, be it prepackaged or any food for their families to consume. We are urging you all to be on the lookout of the prepackaged foods, be it in bottles, cans, boxes, plastics, etc. We plead with you to be mindful of the dates. You need to check the expiry dates, that they are within time. And also, if it's a canned product, please check that it's not rusted, it's not bloated, and it's not dented. You should also go out for products with English labeling. That will help you to know if there is something in there that probably you are allergic to, and also the directions of usage for you to easily to understand. Would also urge you all to look out for the food hygiene permits when you go to restaurants, bars, and pubs. That will indicate that Food and Drugs Authority has been able to inspect their kitchen facilities, and they will be able to provide safe foods for consumption. Also, when you are patronizing the street foods, please look out for the street food vending permits before you purchase. And recently, we also did monitoring for no smoking laws on tobacco. Fortunately, the Central Regional Monitoring, we were highly compliant in that we had most of the facilities having the no smoking signs posted or pasted within their facilities.
Principal of the McCoy College of Education, Reverend Father Peter Paul Iyeletuo, has admonished the newly trained teachers in the country to accept posting to areas their services will be mostly needed. Speaking at the second graduation of the college at Nadoli, he urged the newly trained teachers to bring to bear the skills and values they had acquired at the college. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Nadoli.
McCoy College of Education was first started in October 2014 at the 1-year Spiritual Renewal Center at Loho. A year later, it was moved to its permanent site at Nodoliganga. It was established by the Catholic Diocese of Wa under the leadership of then Bishop of the Wa Diocese, Most Reverend Dr. Paul Bemile. Principal of the McCoy College of Education, Reverend Father Peter Paul Iyeletuo, at a mass held preceding the second congregation and the 10th anniversary of the college, explained reasons why the college was established.
Some students who pass out of our institutions could not get admission into our few tertiary institutions due to the keen competition in such institutions. Others could not do it because they didn't have the money to even travel out of the region to find a place. In response to the above situation, the Catholic Diocese of Wa established McCoy College in 2014 to train more teachers to augment the quality and quantity needed in the regional basic schools and to increase options in the tertiary education in the region.
The college started with 64 pioneer students. The number has however swelled up and today boasts of a student population of 856. McCoy College of Education, right from its inception, operated as a private institution until 2018 when it was absorbed by the government into the public system. Turning to the congregation, over 160 students graduated from the college with Bachelor of Education degrees. 2 of them had first-class honors, 95 second-class upper, and 65 second-class lower divisions. Valedictorian and Guy Joshua recounted some challenges they went through in their 4-year stint at the college, hoping for an improvement.
Paramount among these challenges was the COVID-19 pandemic. The severity of this pandemic left us with no other options for academic work than shutting us to online studies. Some of us wrote this particular semester exams while on the farms. The worst results ever recorded. CTAC industrial actions, double tracking, and lack of facilities were all cankers that befell our paths.
Reverend Father Peter Paul Yerutu urged the graduates to accept persons to areas that their services will be mostly needed.
Bring the values you have acquired in Macquarie College of Education to wherever you find yourselves. Accept postings to where your services are needed. Be lifelong learners. And I will tell you, embrace positive change before you are forced by change to embrace it.
Chairman of the Governing Council of the college, Professor Dramani Kupol, encouraged the graduates to be prepared and be courageous for any challenge they may encounter, urging them to convert the challenges into opportunities without cutting corners.
Bear in mind that the knowledge, competencies, skills, professional ethics, and experiences that you have acquired during your stay at Macquarie College have adequately prepared you for the real world outside. Be prepared and be courageous to confront any challenges that you encounter and convert these challenges into great opportunities without, of course, cutting corners.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam, Nadulu Ghana.
And our next story, Chief Executive Officer of a non-governmental organization, Social Initiative for Literacy and Development, Moses Dramani Luri, underscored the critical role played by the media in safeguarding the peace of the country. Though he was not oblivious of the responsibility of stakeholders in working to maintain the peace, security, and cohesion of the country, he placed a heavier burden on the shoulders of the media, urging them to avoid causing fear, panic, and misinformation, and providing the public with factual and accurate information. Moses Dramani Luri made the statement at a media engagement on peace and cohesion in the Upper West region. Join News' Upper West regional correspondent, Rafik Salam, once more.
Ghana is currently ranked 89th on the Global Terrorism Index of 2024. Despite the country's relative political stability in an unstable and fragile sub-region, a mix of internal and external factors increase the country's vulnerability to violent extremism. Ghana shares its longest land border, over 540 kilometers, with Burkina Faso to the north, a global epicenter of violent extremism, according to 2024 Global Terrorism Ranking. These porous borders, coupled with its poorly monitoring, exposes northern Ghana not only to the spillover effect from Burkina Faso and other neighboring countries, but also to the infiltration of extremist narratives and actors into the vulnerable northern regions. Based on the aforementioned non-governmental organization, the Social Initiative for Literacy and Development, SILDEP, in collaboration with Star Ghana Foundation and funded by the Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, initiated a Strengthening Cohesion project in the Upper West region under the Security in Northern Ghana project, SING. The aim of the project, according to the Chief Executive Officer of SILDEP, Moses Dramani Luri, is to enhance cohesion and resilience through the implementation of community policing initiatives, community and violence response team, CAT, inter-ethnic dialogues, and development of effective early warning and response mechanisms.
It is the business of all stakeholders to ensure peace, security, and cohesion in our region, district, and communities, and terrorism breaks down all these efforts.
Though he considered it is the responsibility of all stakeholders to ensure peace and cohesion, he however placed much of the burden on the shoulders of the media.
Their living conditions is key. It is everyone's duty to ensure peace, security, and combating terrorism, but that of the media is so crucial in setting the agenda, avoiding fear and panic, and information, but also providing factual and accurate information, and avoiding misinformation.
The project is being implemented in 6 communities in the Sisal East Municipality and Sisal West District. Antoinette Kunche is the SILDE project officer for strengthening cohesion, and she threw further light on the project.
To strengthen the robust and sustainable community policing using the cards. These cards are trained community volunteers who do monitoring around their communities to effectively collaborate with security agencies to address insecurity and prevent infiltration by violent extremist organizations in the selected border communities. So in Sisala East, we have Bogbele, we have Kasana, and we have Kasampuri. In Sisala West, we have Jetong, we have Sobele, and we have Puzini. Spreading peace through airwaves, a monthly radio sensitization will be carried out, and countering violent extremism through a 1-minute radio jingle.
Some of the participants shared their thoughts on what should be done to improve social cohesion in the region.
There was an adage that if you marry to a Fulbi as a man, you go poor, or even you die when you sleep with a Fulbi. There's a need for us to use our media houses to let people know the need for us to integrate when it comes to marriages, promoting social gatherings, not discriminate among ourselves. We should know that everybody is a human being. Once you are breathing, you are a human being, and you have equal opportunity to societal resources and the need for you to utilize them.
Today we are running second lady. Who is she? It's because she got married to other tribe that she got the opportunity to be the second lady of what? Ghana, right? Yes. So, if we encourage this intermarriage, then let's also forget about this poor thing. But we have other people who are poor and they did not marry fully, right? Yeah. And now others are using this opportunity to be deceiving the Fulbe ladies. Please, let's promote intermarriage. Just like the cited example here, the Fulbe chief who married the community he settled, their daughter. So where will he go? Will he cause harm to this community?
Reporting for J News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Well, let's head right into business, and the government's efforts to revive the cocoa subsector will likely support modest growth in the agri sector. According to Databank research, it foresees steady improvement in the cocoa subsector's performance in 2025, although it will remain below historic averages. There's more in this report.
This enhancement is expected to support growth in the agricultural sector in the near term as the government enhances efforts to incentivize cocoa farmers through stimulus packages such as free tertiary education for their children and increases in the farm gate price of cocoa. It believes these initiatives will help reduce cocoa smuggling in the face of competitive prices from Côte d'Ivoire and Togo. Nevertheless, despite the government's commitment to addressing climate-related challenges, particularly the dry spells in the north, constrained financing and shifting power dynamics, a delay crucial intervention. This will result in sluggish growth in the agricultural sector, averaging around 3.1% for 2025.
And that will be it for the news. But up next, the news review, and my guests will be joining me in a bit. You want to stay for that.